Hello YouTube, B3 here, back another kicking action figure review. Today we have one you've been waiting for. I have reviewed the movie Aquaman, the movie Mera, the movie Orm, and the movie Black Manta. In that exact opposite order. And they each came with a part to build this figure, the Collect and Connect Trench Warrior from the DC Comics Multiverse Aquaman movie wave. Yes, dude. Yes, dude. Yes, dude. I've always thought the trenchers were cool. And now having a trencher is really dope. I haven't seen the movie. At the time of recording this, it's a month away. Hasn't come out yet. But I can still enjoy these figures. And I have enjoyed this wave. And this trencher is a very unique figure. Look upon this trencher in awe, my friends. It's very, very cool. And guess what? We have a special guest star today. Naughty! Yeah, if you watch the other reviews, she was in a couple of them. She was in the Mera review and the Aquaman review, I think. I don't think she was in Black Manta or Ocean Master, though. One problem I do have with this trencher right away is the legs kind of got bent from the way they were packaged. This one's fine, but this one, the Ocean Master leg, is jank. It's jank. So I'm going to have to heat it up so he can stand properly, because he doesn't want to... Oh, now he's standing just fine, so screw me, I guess. But yeah, the trenchers are this undersea race that are like constantly hungry and eating each other. And they're one of the 7 sea kingdoms in the comics and stuff. They got more history than you would think. But they were in Volume 1 of Aquaman. They were in Volume 3 of Aquaman. You know, New 52 stuff. And since they were in Throne of Atlantis, they're in this movie, because this movie does seem to be based on Throne of Atlantis. Hopefully it'll do a better job than the animated movie did, because the animated Throne of Atlantis movie was really almost nothing like the actual comic. Still not a bad film, but it made Orm so cliche, and it took out Vulko, and it wasted Black Manta. It had to take out a lot of the actual Throne of Atlantis story so they could do Aquaman origin story, which was my big critique on that film. Yeah, I know that's what you wanted when you came to this. But this is a very unique figure for Mattel, you know? I don't think they would have made this figure unless it was a Collect and Connect, to be completely honest. Because it's extremely unique. I'm going to show you Articulation first, because I'm super jazzed about this. Jaw Articulation! Oh, look at his gross tongue! It opens real far, too, man. It could bite your head off. That's awesome. Up and down, side to side. The head moves all around. I love it. I love it. Wow, just wonderful head movement. Oh, Naughty's sitting up. Hey, girl. You got an ab crunch on this thing. You got a waist swivel. You got a waist swivel. You got a waist swivel. You do have a waist swivel. Mine just doesn't want to move. But it's there. Trust me. Up and down on the arm, forward and back on the arm. You got a bicep swivel. You got a elbow swivel. I'd rather have a double elbow bend, but you only have a single. You got forward and back on the wrists. You got a rotation on the wrists. I love these big-ass hands. In and out on the legs. Forward and back on the legs. You got a thigh swivel. You got a double knee bend. And then you have this forward and back on the foot and ankle, quote-unquote, ankle pivot. This figure doesn't super even need an ankle pivot. Well, maybe a little bit, but he's just, you know, stands like a monster. He's more of a monster than a person. They kind of used to be people, if I remember correctly, but now they are not. So that is that. And now we're going to do size comparisons. I'm having trouble getting this sucker to stand again now. Come on, bend that leg in. Come on. There we go. Trencher! Trencher! So there's Trencher and Naughty. I'm going to show them with Orm, first off. If my guess is correct, Orm's trident controls trenchers. So that's that. Check it out. Really cool. And of course, you got to see the trencher with Aquaman. I promised in the Aquaman review that I'd show him with the trencher. Another figure, this is the one that came with his arms. Mera. And Black Manta came with a torso and head. Black Manta I don't have handy, sorry. And to make up for that, I'm going to show you the DC Essentials Black Manta from DC Collectibles. That's still pretty cool, right? and then show them with some other Mattel figures. How about a Mattel movie figure, huh? Would you like to see that? Is that what you'd like to see? Well, how about the Justice League Batman here? Kind of armored, tactical, you know, cool. And just show a comic figure. How about the All-Star Wave Superboy Prime? Heat vision. Okay, so that's that for size comparisons. So, what are my final thoughts on the Trench Warrior Collect and Connect figure from the Aquaman movie wave of DC Comics Multiverse? I like it. One of my favorite things about him is you only have to get 4 figures to build him. Most Collect and Connect and like, you know, for whether it be Marvel or DC or whatever, they all are like usually at least 6 figures to build, but 4? That's pretty dope. I think the Wonder Woman wave was also 4, but the Justice League was more than that. I dig it. I do dig it. I think it's a very unique creature. I mean, just look at this thing. It's gross, and I love it for that. I love monsters. You guys know I love monster figures. In fact, I have several monster figures I need to review. I have a Phantom of the Opera. I have a freaking Godzilla I gotta review. All kinds of crazy stuff. I love it. I think it's really, really cool, and I'm glad to have this trencher in my collection. Naughty, what you doing? Oh, she's eating the set. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And we'll be seeing you all later. Naughty. Naughty, what you doing, girl?